In the United States, firefighters face about 400 calls for vehicle fires each and every day, and usually those fires are extinguished completely within about 30 minutes, unless that vehicle is an electric vehicle. Chief Michael O'Brien is here now with the new problem that firefighters are facing. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Let's go back to a traditional vehicle fire call.
Sure.
Those are put out fully within about 30 minutes, you said. How are those handled?
You know, it's one, maybe two fire companies. They pull up, secure their roadway or the driveway, wherever they're at, deploy a line, and usually within a couple minutes they have the bulk of the fire knocked down. They do some overhaul. Tow truck comes, they're off the scene in under about 30 minutes.
And once the fire is out with those traditional vehicles, it's out?
Yeah, very few rekindles after, for sure.
So enter the electric vehicle.
Sure.
What is the problem with these lithium-ion batteries?
You know, our manufacturers are making beautiful cars, and they're working really to harden where the batteries are. Well, the battery is that stored energy, and we just can't quite gain access to those. Manufacturers say we can't open up that battery pack. So if you think about putting a bunch of batteries in your fridge and you try to extinguish it, that would be very difficult without opening the door. And so firefighters don't have a lot of access to get water to cool where they need it. And so they just need to let that chemical chain reaction go and really work to just protect exposures and protect things adjacent to the vehicle and let that battery pack go through its thermal event.
So you've just got to essentially let it burn out.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at a fully charged battery, how long are we talking here?
You know, it varies on manufacturer and the size of the battery and how the makeup is, but we're seeing a lot about 2 hours for the most case for letting that thing go through its thermal event, and they can probably safely tow it after that.
And it also, I understand, requires a lot of water to try to extinguish these fires.
Yeah.
If you're having to utilize water for possibly several hours on these electric vehicle fires, what does that mean for other calls that might be going unanswered that need that water as well?
So the fire service is really battling with this idea just to let it go through its thermal event, cool exposures, and then if they do need to use water, it's just a cooling to try to cool that battery pack to stop other cells from going into a thermal event. And so it's a very slow, methodical process that's going to take a lot of adjustment for all of us, just in trying to mitigate these as best for our community as a whole.
And there is also the concern of reignition.
Yeah.
What do you do there?
Yeah, and so, really in this case, it's working with our second partners, our second responders, our tow companies. How they tow matters, how they store them matters, and it's all one big picture. So changing our fire service mindset that it's not just the initial fire with the battery, it's that whole event, what that could be from the time we get engaged to the time that battery pack can get to a recycler or something else to get it down the road. So we have to keep educating our community, our second providers, our law enforcement partners, in really just trying to come up with this collective approach so we don't have second events, because nobody wants to go a second time.
Did you ever think that your career as a fire chief would lead you to become a lithium-ion battery expert?
Not at all, not at all. But it's one of those things that's what I love about the IAFC is we have some tremendous members. We have some tremendous people willing to help, and we have some great relationships. And that's one of the things we're seeing with this lithium-ion project. We have federal partners, we have local partners, we have fire chiefs just jumping in and sharing that information, and it shows the true power of the IAFC.
And shows how adaptive you are,
Absolutely.
With the changing technology. Well,
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for all of your information. Thank you for your work on this, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.